Star Wars Visions has been out for a few days now. We've already reviewed the entire series and did a live stream covering every short, but I want to continue looking at them all on an individual level. I'm still kind of playing it by ear. Maybe I'll just cover the ones I really enjoyed, maybe I'll do them all, we'll see. But today, I wanted to talk about The Duel by Kamikaze Douga. While it wasn't my favorite of the bunch, I do think it's probably the perfect short to kick off Visions. It takes a lot of familiar Star Wars elements and remixes them into something recognizable but unique. I think that's the aspect of The Duel I enjoyed the most, the art direction and the character design. It's clearly inspired by Akira Kurosawa, who inspired the original Star Wars, and now we're taking things like Trandoshans and Tusken Raiders and droids and coming full circle with it. By taking all these Star Wars elements, Kamikaze Douga is able to very quickly visually establish that we are in a Star Wars universe, but not the Star Wars universe. As fans, we can see who the heroes and the villains are. The village raiders are all wearing stormtrooper armor from both the Empire and the First Order, which wouldn't make sense normally, but it doesn't have to, because it's just a visual cue for the audience. But the story also plays with those expectations. We see a Sith bandit with her red lightsaber, and like the villagers, we assume the wandering samurai with his droid must be a Jedi. But then he reveals his red lightsaber, and we immediately have to go, wait a second, what's this guy's deal? Is he good? Is he bad? A villain? A hero? And I like that the short leaves those questions unanswered. It's open to our interpretation, until you read the novel Ronin by Emma Candon, if you so choose. I absolutely see why the Ronin was picked for a tie-in book. We only spend a few minutes with him, and you immediately know he's got an interesting story. You could say that for a lot of those characters. I would love to know more about the eclectic group of warriors hired to defend the village, the droid, the Trandoshan, all of them. Again, I think it's just a testament to how good the character design is. They all look visually stunning. George Lucas wanted to create a lived-in science fiction universe for Star Wars. Well, these characters all feel lived in. They all feel interesting, and I would happily learn more about them. I will say that while I love the art direction, I'm kinda split on the animation style. Something about the movement in the short took me some getting used to, but it doesn't really hinder my appreciation for it. I've watched The Duel like 4 times as I'm writing this, and every time I start, I think there's something odd about the animation, but then by the end of the story I have completely forgotten about it. If anything, this short left me wanting more. It's only 13 minutes long, which is fine. I'd much rather end one of these wishing it weren't over instead of feeling like it overstayed its welcome. And if you're like me, then you're in luck since there is more in the novel, which I'll be discussing in its own video. I think The Duel is a lot of fun and probably my third favorite of the bunch. I think what's holding it back for me is that everything is fairly surface level, except for the Ronin being a Sith and not a Jedi, which was already revealed long ago. It's like, yeah, this is a samurai story with Star Wars stuff in it. And they execute on that idea pretty flawlessly. But my 2 favorites, The Ninth Jedi and The Elder, feel a little more Star Wars to me. I can more clearly see what they have to say, and I think they really play with their Star Wars elements more, but I'll explain when I cover those episodes. And that's kinda why The Duel is the perfect way to start Star Wars Visions. It eases the audience into what the series is. This is recognizably Star Wars, but not the Star Wars you're used to. It's got the Jedi, the Sith, the Force, lightsabers, and stormtroopers. It's got crazy lightsaber umbrellas, but it's not as wild as something like The Twins. An exciting introduction to prepare audiences for some of the crazier stuff to come. So what did you think of The Duel? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all our Visions coverage, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page where we've got audio commentaries for all these episodes on the way. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.